Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at creativeleeyours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. Super excited that you're joining me today for our crafty fun. I am live with you in the chat if you are watching the premiere of this video recording. So much fun, right? So I am here to answer all the questions that you've got. If you are watching the replay later, then leave me a comment in below the video, and I will get back to you and answer your questions if you've got any. So today is February 6th. I cannot believe it's already February, which means our celebration promotion is more than half over. Makes me super sad. So if you are not sure what celebration is, definitely check that out on my website. I host a celebration event for all of my customers that purchase from me during this wonderful promotion in March. And we get on a Zoom call and I send out little kits to everybody, and we just have a crafty few hours together, some social time. And I'd love for you to join, right? Yeah, so many great things going on right now. We've got a wonderful cultivated creativity kit. We've released a new all-star tutorial bundle, which you can earn for free with your purchases, or you can purchase the tutorial outright if you prefer. So join my email list. That way you'll keep up to date with everything I've got going on, and you won't miss out on anything. So today we are doing a fun candy treat holder using the Perennial Lavender Suite, which is the suite that is featured in this month's All-Star tutorial. So yes, should we get to our crafty fun? All right, I'm going to switch the camera over. Okay, so as I mentioned, this month's exclusive all-star video class tutorial bundle is featuring the Perennial Lavender Suite in our mini catalog, and this one's gorgeous, just gorgeous. So today's project I'm creating using this stunning hand-painted designer series paper in the collection. We're actually not going to do any stamping today, although you definitely could on this project. All right, so here is what we're making. We're making this, I think, gorgeous little floral Rolo candy holder. So how great is it to be able to combine candy and crafting, right? What a sweet way to give a gift. I love it. And I love chocolate and caramel, right? So why not put it together in a super little giftable? So this is fun. You could leave this in a coworker's desk. You could leave them as little table treats, pop them in a lunchbox, all kinds of ways to surprise somebody with this adorable little flower, and it will stand up. And of course you get to customize this by choosing the prints that speak to you out of your designer paper pack. All right, so let's get started. We're going to come in. I need 6 Rolos. Okay, so we're going to start with those, and then I have 5 strips of the designer series paper that I've cut 3/4 of an inch by, I believe it's 3 1/4. I will have, if you expand the video, do the show more, you'll be able to see the complete supply list of everything I'm using today with links to just add them to your shopping cart. And then you'll also have the cut dimensions for everything. So you can recreate this on your own at home with the stuff you've got in your stash if you prefer. All right, so let's start with our little designer paper strips. I'm going to use mini glue dots, and I'm just going to pick some up and put one on each end. Now you could do 2 instead of 1 if you prefer. That's entirely up to you. Now I'm going to take the shorter side of the Rolo, and I'm going to start there. And I'm going to kind of push that down because it divots down just a smidge, right? And I'm going to begin to wrap it around the candy. Now I want to wrap it pretty snugly so that it doesn't fall out, and I'm going to pinch these outer 2 corners as I go around them, right, and give those a little bit of a sharpness, right? Now you could score these, but I don't think it's necessary, right? So I'm going to give that a good push so it's all connected on this end here. All right, so let's repeat this with the other 4. We're not going to do all 6. One of them is going to go in the middle. Let's see if I can get my glue dots are on the roll. Here I go. We will glue dot these pieces of paper. I got to make sure I stay down in my light. So there's one there. Let's get this one. Now, I don't know about you guys. I don't like to touch the glue dots. They remind me of my kids' boogers when they were little. I know that's gross. And those of you that know me well know that I've been very well known to call glue dots boogers, because really that is what they remind me of. It's just, it is what it is, right? It's gross, I know, but all kinds of fun, right? All right, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and just tear away some of this extra. Make sure I don't have any glue dots on the other side so I don't waste any. All right, so that'll help me speed up a little bit here. So we're just going to repeat that. Get that a good push. Get that a nice little pinch as I go around that corner there. Whoops. And then pull that tight and push that down in. All right. Keep going. I'll see if I can keep it down a little lower. Maybe you guys can actually see better with the light if I'm down a little bit, or I could lift this up, but it gives me a little bit more of a shadow. Still working on the lighting. You know, it's always a work in progress, right? So if the day is cloudier, I get more shadows. If the day is sunnier, it's a little brighter and easier to see. You just never know what you're going to get. And sometimes you just got to get your work done, right? And it is what it is. So hopefully you guys can see well enough that you're following along and hopefully creating a fabulous little Rolo flower for some of your friends and family. Or for yourself, right? Why not? All right, so I've got my 5 wrapped candies. Now you can wrap the 6th one if you want to, but you really don't need to, okay? All right, now I want to adhere each of these together, right? So I'm going to adhere those together, and I'm going to use glue dots again. So I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm going to put it towards the bottom. Okay, hopefully you can see that, towards the bottom. And I am going to push these together, just to kind of hold them in place while I work my way around. So I'm going to repeat this. I'm doing this on the skinnier side, not the whiter side. Just kind of hold those in. Do this one. Okay, so that's going to wrap around. And one more. Actually, no, I'm only going to do one because I'm going to leave one side. Well, I say that and I'm going to want that. I'm going to want that connected. Let's go ahead and just do it. Let's grab a glue dot with our take your pick. I don't like to touch these. Like I said, I think of these as little boogers like my kids had when they were little. All right, so I've kind of got that kind of glue dotted together. Now that's not super stable, and I know that, right? On this Rolo that's going to go in the center, I am going to put a dimensional on top, and I am going to put a dimensional on bottom. So that's to raise that height just a little bit. Now, I want to bring in a couple of circles. So if you have a punch, you can use a punch. I've chosen to use dies, my favorite dies, right? The stylish shape. So I'm using the second smallest circle, and I've cut this out of Highland Heather cardstock. So I've got 2 of them. So I am going to take one of them, and I am going to put it on the back side of my little cluster of flowers. And I'm going to take my Rolo, and I'm going to push it down in between and give that a push onto that circle. Now, I can kind of push these in a little bit more, right? Give that a little bit more of a push going on and get that all sandwiched in. Now, I think I'm going to put a second dimensional on top of this one just to give it a little bit more lift, right? And then we're going to adhere the other circle to the top. So this is going to kind of hold those together in the middle there, because I have now created a front and back to those little pieces. So that's going to help secure those together a little bit. Now I didn't get this very straight, so let's see if we can peel that off without destroying my candy, right? Maybe we'll put a second. I think it's going to tear that foil because that's pretty sticky stuff. All right, let's see if we can put a second dimensional on there. And I did not get it very centered. So actually, I'm going to pull this off. Let's start again. It's okay if it rips it. It's not a big deal, right? Let's go try the middle a little bit better because I didn't get it very centered. We'll try again. And we'll do it this way. That way I can see what I'm doing. Might have been my better approach, right? All right, so this is actually pretty stable with what I've done so far. Okay. Now I want to add some leaves to this. So what I've done is I've taken a couple strips of designer series paper. Okay. And they are, I think one of them's 5" and one of them's 4" and they're about a 1/2 inch wide. Okay. So let's start with the longer one. I'm going to fold it in half because I wanted both sides of the cardstock or the designer paper to be green. And because we have double-sided designer series paper, the other side didn't happen to be green on the print I wanted to use. So it's okay. That'll work. It works just fine. So I'm just folding it in half, makes both sides the green color that I'm looking for. And then this way, it's a little more sturdy, right? All right, so I'm going to fold these in half again. And I'm just giving it a little pinch. You can use your bone folder if you'd like, but I don't think you need it. And then let's put a glue dot between the ends, right? Okay, so I got some glue dots on the outside of that tape. So I'm just going to put those two ends together, and then I'm going to give this a push and kind of let that make its own little leaf shape, okay? We're going to repeat this on the other one. So let's grab a little glue dot. I got a stray one there. Whoops. Get that in there. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to fold this, and then I'm going to give that a little push down, and it's going to give me my leaf shape. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. Again, I'm using glue dots. You can use something else if you want to. I just don't want to have to wait for these to dry. So I'm pinching those together. I've got my 2 leaves. Cute, right? And then let's add glue dots on the other sides, on the outer sides of each. I have that a little bit crooked. We'll straighten that back up. Okay. And then I can just slide this right down in. Let's do one that I might have a little more space in. Let's do this one right here. And I'm just going to push that down in as deep as I can get it in there. And then again, I'm going to push those leaves out a little bit. Gives that a little bit of space. Now, I want to make sure these are adhered in place well. So I am going to use my bone folder and give it a little bit of pressure so that those are stuck in. Cute, right? I think I might add some more glue dots where I did not have some. So right down in there, that kind of fell apart. So I'm going to put that one back together. Give that a really good push. All right, good deal. So I've got all my loveliness there. Now, I wanted to decorate this. So you could stamp and put a sentiment on this, or you could, just decorate this with some other die cuts or punch shapes. I've chosen to bring in the Paper Florist dies, and I love this because this die right here cuts out 4 flowers, 2 small and 2 large. This one does the same thing. They're different shaped flowers, but I really like those. And it's fast and easy, right? And it adds a really nice little touch of detail. So I'm just going to take my bone folder along each of the petals and give that a little curl. Cute, 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 cute. Oh, that one's upside down. Try again. So you just have to be careful that you don't rip this as you're going, but it's pretty sturdy, really. That's going to soften that paper a little bit and allow you to put those together. Now, you could use liquid glue. You could use glue dots. If you're kind of over the glue dots at this point because you've used so many and you want something a little different, use liquid glue if you'd like to. It's entirely up to you on how you want to go about it. I don't mind using glue dots. I will say sometimes they will twist a little bit, right? Like they won't hold in the same exact spot, which there's good and bad to that. I think I'm going to use up this roll maybe. Not too bad, right? All right, I'm giving it one last really good push. Okay. And every time I do this, my flower ends up slightly different. And then we're going to adhere this right onto the circle. I think I am going to use liquid glue for this, just to change it up a little bit. You guys could see where I'm putting my adhesive. And I'm going to lay this down right on that circle. Give it just a slight push. And that'll take a moment to dry, right? That's the nice thing about the liquid glue versus the glue dots, is that, you know, you have a little flexibility to move it. So I wanted to add a gem in the center. So I pulled out the gems that are in the suite here. And you've got 2 different sizes, and they're shimmery and they're beautiful. So you've got the lighter purple, the middle and purple, and then I think that's considered Berry Burst. And that's the one I'm going to put in the middle, just to kind of pull that color right out of this designer series paper. But how fun and cute is that? Do you guys love it? I hope so. I hope you guys will give this a try. It's such a great little fun little crafty gift to give to someone. So pretty, right? I appreciate you guys joining me today. If you're enjoying the projects, do give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you inviting your crafty friends to come take a break with us on Tuesdays at 12:30 for our paper crafting fun. And I will catch you all again next Tuesday at 12:30. All right, have a great week and bye for now.